and just have a different ringtone for it. Why Android is better than iOS.
It's time to show who is better.
Okay, so it's good to see you guys after a long time. An Apple event has just ended, and aside from selling your kidney jokes, I really like the iPhone 14 Pro. Guess we will have that for TechVisor, and let me know which is your favorite product in this Apple event.
And with that said, we are back with the second follow-up of why iPhone is better than Android. Now, a fair disclaimer. I personally believe that iPhones are overpriced in India. It is good, but definitely overpriced. You see, you get tons of Android phones between the price range of 20,000 to 30,000. So yeah, if you're talking about value for money phones, Android is definitely the best, period.
But if we remove the price point, if money is not an issue, then I would say iPhone is far better than Android. And here are my reasons why I choose to stay in the Apple ecosystem. This is Vinal. You're already watching TechVisor. Let's go. But before we come to that, you would know that iPhone 14 is about to launch and you would be tempted by it, right? Well, here's a word from our sponsor Wondershare Mobile Trends, who are running an iPhone 14 giveaway. So if you buy a new iPhone, trust me, transferring data from an Android to iPhone or vice versa is really difficult. So you can use Mobile Trans to transfer WhatsApp chat data, messages, photos and everything seamlessly. All you have to do is download Mobile Trans, connect your Android smartphone and iPhone with your computer, and it will automatically detect the phones and ask for your permission. And transfer it seamlessly. We have used Mobile Trans to transfer WhatsApp chat data many times. It's a paid software but works really well. Also, a special offer for Team TechVisor members, you can get up to 50% off using the first link in the description. Okay, so number one, here I have the iPhone XS Max, which is a fold-year iPhone and it still runs on iOS 16 beta version. In fact, 90% of iPhone as of now are running the latest iOS version, and it is consistent across all the iPhones, be it your cheaper iPhone SE or the flagship iPhone 14. But on Android, well, 20% of Android are on Android 12 and the rest 80% are still using the older Android version. And some Android phones like Micromax, Infinix, they don't even promise any Android upgrade. If you buy it with Android 11, you might end up with Android 11 even after 2 years. But yes, credit where it's due. Samsung is changing the game with their flagship getting 4 to 5 years of software update. More Android brands should start doing that. But as of now, iPhone is the king when it comes to upgrades. The second reason I prefer iPhone over Android is that iPhone has one of the best standby batteries in the world, especially when the battery life goes below 10 or 5%. The battery optimization on iPhone is phenomenal. Now let me share some personal experience why iPhone is better than Android, which I can't show in the camera. Like the other day, I went for the swim with 5% battery life on my iPhone XS Max, and when I came back, the iPhone hasn't died yet. Again, I have to say, Android is also doing a great job in battery, especially when it comes to fast charging like 80 watt or even 150 watt. But in my experience, and I'm sure some of you can relate to it, some Android phones are not predictable when it comes to low battery life. For example, if let's say a phone is at 5%, you never know when it's gonna switch off. Also, killing notification for WhatsApp, Instagram is a problem that I frequently get to see on Android smartphone, but that's generally not the case with iPhone. Now, the third reason why iPhone is better than Android, yes, you guessed it right, Apple ecosystem. Now, I don't want to give a lot of weight to Apple ecosystem because to get into Apple ecosystem, you have to spend a lot of money. You see here, I have to spend minimum 1 lakh rupees to get this MacBook Air, 10,000 rupees to get the AirPods, 30,000 rupees to get an Apple Watch, and 70,000 to get an iPhone. So roughly you have to spend between 2 to 5 lakh rupees just to get into the Apple ecosystem. But that being said, for the most people who want to buy an iPhone, there's a very strong possibility that they will eventually buy an MacBook or even AirPods. So once you get into the Apple ecosystem, your productivity increases 10 times. You can take calls from any devices, be it your iPhone or MacBook. You can share your passwords, AirDrop files, and much more. The ability to search something on your iPhone and then it will automatically appear on your MacBook is amazing. See, the thing is, I understand. You need to spend extra money to get into the Apple ecosystem. But on the flip side, even if somebody is willing to pay extra money, Android doesn't even have any ecosystem. And of course, Samsung has an ecosystem, but let's be honest, it's nowhere compared to Apple ecosystem. Another point that is very less talked about in India is the resale value. You see, the resale value of an iPhone is much higher compared to an Android. Practically speaking, if you go to Cashify or any other second-hand phone market, you will still see listings like iPhone 10, 11 or even iPhone 7. Yes, people are still buying iPhone 7. In fact, let me give you a personal example. Okay, Manu, so how much did you buy your iPhone 12 for?
69,000.
And how much did you sell it for?
39,000.
But selling Android smartphone, well, it's dicey. We often list smartphones that we buy for reviews, and in our experience, well, it has been a mixed journey. OnePlus and Samsung models are easy to sell, but good luck selling Micromax or Infinix or even newer smartphones with no brand value. It either takes too much effort or you don't get a good value. But yes, if Amazon or Flipkart is running a bonus exchange offer, then you will get a really good value on Android as well. Realme GT anyone? Again, no one talks about it, but one of the biggest reasons to get an iPhone over Android is the premium brand value. iPhone is a mix of tech and lifestyle. Now, I can say people like to show off their iPhone, but then again, the bitter truth is you go into a meeting or traditional places, people look at your iPhone or MacBook. It has a social status. Again, I know it might sound shallow, but in a lot of industries, keeping up with the appearance is an important part of their job. Okay, so the sixth reason I prefer iPhone over Android, it just works. You see, Android has multiple brands and they all have their own skins. For example, Samsung has One UI, Realme has Color OS, OnePlus has Oxygen OS, or you can say Color OS, and Xiaomi has MIUI. Now, there are some manufacturers like Motorola and Nothing which comes very close to stock Android, but they are still a skin. A light skin, but a skin. And since they are putting a single Android version into multiple skins, the software optimization isn't that great in some of the cases. While on iPhone, it's only and only iOS, be it a cheaper SE or the expensive iPhone 13. All iPhone runs a single version, that is iOS. So Apple has total control end to end, which makes sure their hardware and software optimization is at next level. For example, and here's a funny one, Google Apps itself works better on iPhone compared to Android. And even the widget on iPhone are far better than Android. Like see here, this is Android Gmail widget and this is iOS Gmail widget. Android Gmail widget hasn't been updated since 2015 or 2016. And Kaushik, which year is this?
2022.
Nice. And it's not with Gmail, it's with most of the Google apps, and Google makes Android. See, the logic behind that is pretty simple. With iPhone, you have very limited device to build apps for and they work seamlessly. In fact, Movement is a very famous lens company which also said this. It's hard to make apps for Android because there are too many of them. And it's not just that, even other social media apps like Instagram, Snapchat, they works far better on iPhone compared to Android phone, except for flagship of course. See, my point is I have used both Android and iOS daily for years and I have encountered very few problem on iPhone, and the third-party apps in general works better on iPhone. Now, I agree, cables are huge issues when it comes to Apple ecosystem. Like iPhone have lightning cable, Type-C for MacBook, and then Apple Watch has magnetic ones. So yeah, when you're traveling, you have to carry a lot of cables. Quick tip for an Apple user, I carry this InCharge X cable which has a Type-C, Lightning, USB and even a micro USB. It's officially certified by Apple and it's a lifesaver if you're traveling. Highly recommended. But then again, this is not the solution. However, you do get MagSafe with your iPhone, and the amount of MagSafe accessories you get with iPhone, well, you don't get it with Android. Like there is a MagSafe charger, MagSafe wallet, car mount and much more. Just like Apple ecosystem, you have to pay extra for all of that. But once you do it, it makes your life a lot easier. And finally, Apple support is far superior than Android, but it also goes both ways. For example, Vamsi from our team has replaced his AirPods that was under warranty, and it only took him 5 minutes. They gave him a completely new sealed packed AirPods. There was no waiting period, no bill, no box, none of that. Just 5 minutes and you get a new one. But then again, this iPhone was also broken and out of warranty. So they quoted 45,000 rupees to replace the bag. In simple words, as long as your device is under warranty, you get the best support. But once it gets out, it's crazy expensive. So that was my take on why iPhone is better than Android. But like everything else, iPhone isn't perfect. Like I hate it when Truecaller doesn't work on iPhone. You can't record calls on iPhone. I don't like that either. And customization and choices of apps are genuinely better on Android compared to an iPhone. So there is that as well. So finally, what's the takeaway? iPhone or Android? Well, like everything else in life, it really depends on what your needs are. So if you're looking for customization, a lot of tinkering, third-party app support, call recording, and most importantly, if you're looking for value for money phone, then Android is for you. But if you want reliability in software, a bit of premium status, and if you're planning to boost your productivity with Apple ecosystem, And most importantly, if you have the budget, then iPhone is for you. My personal recommendation would be to prefer Android when you are in school or college, because during this time, you will have a lot of time to tinker with your device or try out new application. And once you get into the job, think of getting an iPhone, because this time you will have the budget as well as the increase in productivity will be actually useful with the Apple ecosystem. And this way you can enjoy the best of both worlds, Android as well as iPhone. But then again, this is my limited experience and your mileage may vary. By the way, do you think Android OEMs will also copy the iPhone 14 moving notch?